Hi Libra, welcome. It's a multi-reading sort of day for me. I am feeling the tarot energy. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about how you're feeling emotionally, what actions you need to take, what's going on with you mentally. So let's get into it. Starting with an oracle card here from this Urban Crow Oracle. I have been using a lot of the same cards lately. Really loving this oracle deck. Scavenger is the oracle card energy for this reading. And I have been reading from the book. I feel like it's been really helpful. So let's see, Libra, the scavenger energy. Oh, scavenge, not scavenger. Scavenge energy. So it says, the crow searches for anything, even the smallest crumb. Although insight may be gained and scavenging can promote brain development, the crow's attention is on an area that may not yield the greatest reward. Scavenge suggests that you may be settling for less because it is easy. Your attention may be on a situation that holds little promise, yet at the same time you are hoping to find some source of nourishment or value. Is this resonating with anyone? While in between jobs or relationships, you might find that the scavenge card will appear more frequently as you jump around from one opportunity to another. Use this time to gather information and determine what you like, what you don't like, what you can and won't settle for. This card may also appear if you have been simply taking what you can get instead of directing your attention toward the steps that would lead to something more substantial. Wow, this is so interesting. You know, earlier today, I've been doing some readings, like personal style readings, the energy or vibe that I am feeling, and then recording my reading for anybody who's in the similar energy or similar challenges, similar thought process, right? And I did that earlier today, and it was kind of in this taking your power back energy. Not the same, but there is kind of a thread there in, have you been settling because it's easy? Maybe you have so many things on your plate. There's so much juggling going on that you can't put your focus in every single area and then make it better. You've got to allow one thing to just be. It may not be the best, but it is, and it does the job. It does the job, right? But this is saying, you know, maybe there's something to look into that you're settling for and you shouldn't be. Okay. Well, let's get into this and see. Very first card. I think this is clearly for you. What is it? The Queen of Cups. Okay. Queen of Cups energy here. First card out is in the area of finances, actually. And a Queen of Cups in the area of finances tells me, well, not just finances. Finances, money, but it can be related to career as well. So it's like there's some aspect of you, or you have achieved a certain emotional maturity, awareness, position in life, something where you are now thinking a little bit more with your heart. A lot of times this comes not just from age and time and experience, but maybe even from achieving some level of financial security or resources to allow you to think more with your heart around how you want to spend your money, where you want to spend your time in your career. Like very heart-centered around money and finances is the energy that I'm getting here. Okay. We're not taking these. I like to not take every single card in the deck for one position. I mean, we've got like so many. Ace of Swords reverse, Two of Swords reverse, Princess of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Death card reverse, Hierophant. Yeah. We may be approaching some interesting aspects of your reading here, Libra. There we go. Got a bunch more. I'll be right back. So we had the Ace of Wands and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I see this as a lot of strong emotional energy, like around a King of Pentacles. This is in the area of relationships, romance, emotional, how you're feeling emotionally. And we've got this King of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be somebody that you're currently in a relationship with. It could be you. It could be an energy around you that's impacting how you feel right now. It's somebody who, King of Pentacles reverse to me, is somebody who's generally, historically, very, very financially well off, but is now encountering a period of financial difficulty. Or somebody who believes themselves to be very good at making money, but is somehow always broke. And that's the strongest energy I get here, to be honest. Like, I think of this as that person who's always got one of those get rich quick schemes going on. And they're always like, oh, this is the next big thing. They're always trying to borrow money or get you to join in on their scheme or something like that. But it never works out. They've always moved on to the next thing. They're always broke. Like, it never follows through. Because it's like they're just dreamers, not doers. And it's a whole lot of talk and not a lot of substance. I'm getting a lot of that energy here in this, the area of your relationships or emotions. So you may have someone in your life who is like that. This Ace of Wands energy, it tells me a couple of things. For some of you, it is a romantic partner. And for others of you, this is just confirming that this is somebody who's always starting something new and has a lot of creative, passionate energy around this new thing. It's always starting again. And we're in another cycle where it's coming back. We're in a new cycle. It's almost like they're trying to pull you in right now to the next new thing. Convince you it's time to do this other harebrained idea. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse again here, coming out in the area of the action that you're needing to take right now. For me, this is kind of a taking a step back energy. Almost, it may be related to this here, and like you might need to disengage from, maybe this person relies on you a lot, financially, emotionally, whatever it might be. And the action with this Princess of Wands in reverse might be, maybe it's time to let that person suffer their own consequences, right? And sometimes that can be difficult to do, especially if you really care for this person. But it might be time just to be like, I just can't do it this time, or I'm not interested, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the money, whatever it might be. Or you just might need to just, silently back down from that. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, kind of in your mental space, how you're thinking about things right now. So a lot of feeling like it's very consuming your mental space and your mental energy right now, that you haven't risen to this place that you have envisioned for yourself, where you've got this perfect outcome in your life, right? It's very much the center of your attention. Excuse me while I take a drink. It's very much taking up a lot of your mental energy. If this is somebody who's draining your energy, I can see that this is the action to take. Just be like, you know what? I've got to think about me right now. I do love you. I can still love you, but I also need to focus on me. And when I'm focusing on you and this energy, it's pulling me down. It's keeping me from achieving my dreams. What does Libra's higher self want them to know about this reading? Seven of Swords. This is about lack of consistency here. There's a lack of consistency that is contributing to this energy here. I love this Queen of Cups energy for you too. I really do. But here, let me get some. I need to get another card for the energy of the advice section of this reading. What's your higher self and what spirit wants you to know about this energy? We have transcending. Okay. Transcending to me, if you look at this, like you're Pegasus, right? The unicorn with wings, rising above, floating through the sky, all the dreams, right? Very dreamy energy. But transcending, this is what this Princess of Pentacles in reverse is doing. She's transcending the situation, not really engaging, not putting her energy into something that she's put a lot of energy into in the past, because now I'm saying you could be a he, it doesn't matter. It could be, it's an energy, right? The princess is a she energy. It's just energy, right? No gender here. But it's about you. If this resonates with you, you already know what area of your life you're putting energy into that you don't want to keep putting energy into because it feels bad. And that's the transcending part. It's also this 10 of Cups in reverse. Is thinking about it, spending a lot of time and mental energy in like what you don't have, what you haven't accomplished, where you're not yet. It's like you're getting stuck there. So there is also transcending in rising above the fact that this hasn't happened for you yet, or it hasn't happened the way that you had visioned it. It's possible this is not going to happen the way you had ever envisioned it. And partly transcending can be a perspective change. We'll see if we get there. We'll see what the rest of the cards have to say about that. But there is a lack of consistency, and I think that the lack of consistency might be that you have times where you're stepping back and you're not engaging in this, and you're saying that this is not good for you, and you're going to change and you're going to transcend this situation, right? And then you go back to the scavenge mindset and you're like, I'm too tired. This is just the easy thing to do. I'm going to do the easy thing. And this energy here is just saying it's just all over the place, really. If you take a top-down perspective, one minute you're committed and you're doing this, right? And then the next minute you're like, oh, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, we're just going to go with the flow. It is what it is. And believe me, that is my life. So I am not judging. Like, this, I could use this reading. Knight of Wands coming in as an area of advice. Let's see what else we have here before we... Knight of Wands. What other advice do we have here for Libra? Okay. We've got the Fool. So I'm liking this energy. The other cards that came out were the World with Six of Swords behind it. Okay, that's cool. Moving on up. And this is directly beneath this 10 of Cups reverse. Like, just independently, I hope that you can see this. If you're familiar with tarot, imagine if you're watching a small channel like mine, you are. Six of Wands. Why do I keep calling it Six of Wands when it's clearly Six of Swords? Sorry. Okay, there must be something here, a victory. Maybe this together is basically saying you have your victory. Um, but this Six of Swords is you moving on from something. Like there is a certain situation, circumstance, energy even that's complete. And once you move on to it, you move into the world, right? It's sitting behind this world card. So it's like the moving on is the ultimate energy in the tarot, right? The world card. And it's right below this Ten of Cups energy. But something about your current situation is you haven't fully recognized or moved on from something. Collectively, this energy, we have the Fool, we have the Knight of Wands. So a passionate new beginning, very, very strong, passionate new beginning that results in you moving on and having your Ten of Cups world sort of moment. And this is a very powerful, like very strong Court card, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. This is not a temporary transitional sort of advice energy. This is not like, cancel your Netflix account and save money. This is and this isn't even like leave the crummy job and go get the same type of job somewhere else. That's not this energy. This is a big shift, a transition energy, major life change. We've got the Fool to the world here. That's like a new beginning that's taking you, completing one season and taking you into a whole new life season. And it may be your Ten of Cups, but there's a lot of transcending that needs to happen here. Some level of awareness and commitment. Oh my God, did you see that? I said there's something that needs to happen here. Some level of awareness or commitment. And just before that, we were talking about the world sitting under your Ten of Cups, this Fool to the Ten of Cups. This is a complete new beginning, major shift, maybe your Ten of Cups. And we get the Ten of Cups. I don't think that's a maybe for most of you. I think that is a true shift. Okay, so let's dig in just a little bit. There are some details that would be helpful to know about this reading because it's very general. So Queen of Cups, just tell me a little more about the Queen of Cups in finances and money, like leading with your heart. Is there anything to know about this? We've got Death, Apprentice of Swords reverse, and Six of Wands reverse. Transformation. Something did not work out the way that you wanted it to. Like you tried something new in the area of finances, possibly put a lot of money into something, or just tried something new. There was some sort of something new for you in the area of work, career, finances that you were trying, that you wanted to learn. It didn't work out. It did not work out at all the way that you had planned. Maybe it just wasn't a good fit once you had gotten down that road a little bit, but the taking that action, moving in that direction was actually the correct direction for you, even though it didn't work out. It didn't work out the way you wanted to. Ten of Cups reverse. Multiple things may have not worked out the way you wanted them to in the area of career and finances. But it was meant to be, and the reason I know that is because you have the Death card with it. And so it's been transformative. And this is the energy that leads you to this Queen of Cups in this area. So more focused on heart-centered decisions around the area of career and finances. And maybe you just, took a job because it paid the bills, but it was not fulfilling in any way, or just really emotionally draining. And you made a choice to, go with your heart, take the job that you really feel is more fulfilling than the one that will pay the bills. it's maybe still pays the bills, just don't have as many luxuries or something like that, right? That's just the energy of it. Doesn't mean that has to be it. And it could be a lot of things. But there's a lot of heart-centered energy around your area of finances and money, which I think is a very positive way to approach finances and money. Many people will say, don't use your heart, lead with logic, but logic maybe wasn't working for you. And this seems to be you're leading with your heart right now. And that is totally fine by the way I see it. Because, that heart-centered focus is also pulling you out of scavenge energy where you're not settling. And that's great. You're not going to settle if you're leading with your heart, right? You're only going to settle if you're leading with your mind most of the time. Okay. What other advice? I'd like to learn a little more about this area of emotions. This King of Pentacles in reverse to the Ace of Wands. Okay, got a Hermit. Before that, we had Apprentice of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I think for some of you, it's either you or an energy around you, especially if you're in a relationship. This would maybe be the energy of your partner. And I think that one of you has spent a lot of time inwardly focused, a lot of time in thought, not withdrawing necessarily, just a lot of time thinking. And I feel, strangely enough, that this thinking is around like a lack of passion or creativity. Like the fire has gone out somewhere and the thinking is around not having the fire anymore is what I keep getting. It could be in any area of life. Like this isn't just like the passion has gone out of a marriage sort of thing. I mean, it could very well be that, but it's almost like a passion for life energy has fizzled. And that is a lot of the time in thought. And like trying a lot of new things, trying to do all of these things to get that fire back. And none of it's working. So this is in the energy of maybe some of you, either yourself or someone in your energetic field who was maybe somebody who had a true Midas touch at some point. Very successful, able to make money. Like the winds come out of their sails a little bit. A lot of trying lots of new things. And it's like none of it's working. None of it's filling that void the way that something used to. So that's, yeah. And it may even speak to the same energy could be of those individuals who are always jumping from one thing to the next and never having any success. They could be doing it to fill some sort of void. And that energy is likely somebody who needs some sort of treatment. They could need, I get a lot of depression, honestly, from looking at that. Any more about this Princess of Wands in reverse? Five of Stones. Yeah, it's okay. It's saying this is very consistent with what it was like. Kind of your action is to let it go. And part of what you need to let go is a little bit of self-pity. Why can't I pick up this card? A little bit of woe is me, I'm down on my luck. Things aren't going my way. 10 of Cups in reverse, very focused on that. That's consistent with the rest of the reading, what we've already said so far. That's part of the moving on energy, the transcending energy, the unstable effort energy. Yeah. Anything else about this Ten of Cups in reverse? Got lots of things sticking out here. Which one is my card? These. Well, here we have Six of Stones in reverse. So Ten of Cups in reverse is here because there's something like again, this lack of victory that's over here. This thing that didn't work out is also leaving you feeling like you can't be as charitable as maybe you normally like to be or once were. It's making you feel very restricted in your ability to, to share. And it doesn't just mean financial sharing, although that could be a component of it. It could be sharing time, resources, energy, companionship. There's just there's a damper in that area right now, and that's impacting the wish fulfillment. The Ten of Cups. Seven of Wands, Druidic of Swords. And this is coming out of feeling like you've had to really fight to stay in the situation that you're in, fight to stay on top, fight to stay in some sort of headspace where you have a lot of clarity and, clarity and logic around a situation. It's something you've been fighting for, this clarity, fighting for this understanding. What about the Seven of Swords? We've got Nine of Wands and Eight of Swords. Sorry, my nose is itching. Okay, Nine of Wands. Okay. Well, if this isn't like about as clear as day, this unstable effort that your higher self is speaking to you about, that maybe you do recognize but aren't fully recognizing, is coming from feeling like you've been fighting a battle. This comes back to the Seven of Wands. You've been fighting some sort of battle that's leaving you feeling exhausted, wounded, licking your wounds, very weak, right? This is wounded warrior energy. And we also have Eight of Swords here, feeling like you're trapped in your own circumstances, but this is a cage of your own making. So certainly that explains why there's kind of a lack of consistency in your effort around this scavenge energy, right? Why sometimes you're in it and you're committed to being like, I'm not going to take the easy way out. I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to do what I need to do. Versus sometimes you're just like, forget it. I'm just doing what's easy because that's all I have the energy for, right? That's all you would have the energy for if you're coming out of this. And especially if you're very much in Eight of Swords energy. Now, the good news is that a lot of this is self-made. You may recognize that the cage is one that you've created for yourself, like many of us, right? We pursue certain goals in life. A lot of those come with acquiring things, acquiring responsibilities, and then you get to a certain place and you're like, wait a minute, this is overwhelming. I'm not even enjoying anything anymore. And now I don't know how to get out, right? And of course, the getting out is a fiery, passionate, major shift towards something completely new. Walking away from something so that you can have your world moment. It's not going to be easy, I can tell you that much. It's going to be something that requires, I should say, a lot of sacrifice and making a major change. Queen of Cups, following your heart, leaning into your heart and doing what your heart wants. I say this all the time because this is your one and only life. And I think it's leaning into that heart energy And you may not be as financially well off. You may be making serious financial sacrifices. So I'm not saying just like go out and completely turn over your life. Certainly stay in this energy here. So you have the clarity of mind and logic. You're using your mind, thinking through it. You've been fighting for it. Keep that up, right? But transcend the parts where you're like, I feel sorry for myself about this because I thought that was going to be the final path. And then I was going to be in Ten of Cups. And it was not. And it is a little bit of licking of the wounds happening right now. But I think that you're ready, actually, ready to make this shift. I do feel that many of you are in the energy of saying, okay, part of this is a mental shift on my part. I mean, there's a lot of physical, real world material shifts that need to be made. But in order to do that in a way that feels fulfilling for me, like I am moving in the right direction, like I'm not exhausted by that, is changing my perspective a little bit. That, there is no golden path to the world where you stay in perfect world, perfect Ten of Cups energy forever. And I know that no one's going to want to hear that because we all want to just have a solution and say, okay, now I have the perfect job and I have the perfect house and I have the perfect partner and I have this and I have that and I'm going to ride off to the sunset and live happily ever after. And that's called a fairy tale for a reason. And I'm so sorry. We will have world moments and Ten of Cup moments over and over and over again in life. We will have more than one. That's the beauty of it. We'll have many, right? And the transition and the journey in between, when we're traveling between the Fool and the world, it's going to have so much to offer you, the good and the bad. And when you look back, it's just going to be another story to tell, another layer in your life, another evolution. And in the moment, sometimes it sucks. But in hindsight, it can very much feel like a gift. And I feel that that's your Ten of Cups that's coming towards you. There is more than just a physical material world change. I do feel like there's a mental shift happening and you're transcending what's happening here to move into that, what I've just talked about, that recognition that life is many Ten of Cups moments that come after a journey. And you're on the leg of a new journey. And I wish you all the luck in the world.